Man, you already know what it is. Jay Williams, Let's Live Life, and we're back. I had a good question the other day. Somebody commented and said, have you ever met anybody that you were locked up with that you thought was innocent? Well, I did a video on that. I've done time with innocent men. Thomas Hainsworth was innocent. Jonathan Montgomery was innocent. And my homeboy Jacob Aquino is doing 36 years for a crime that was committed by his brother. They call him Twin because him and his brother looked just alike. His brother, ironically enough, gets out this month. Jacob goes back up for parole at the end of the year. We're securing the lawyer. I'm going to try to get him out this go round. If not, he still has another 14 years to do on top of the 22 he's currently done. Got locked up when he was 19 years old, and he is now about to turn 42. Sorry, it didn't work done yesterday, so I might bite my cheek or my tongue a couple times. So rather than get into guys that I did time with that I thought was innocent, because, I mean, let's face it, everybody's innocent, right? I heard a lot of guys kick that bullshit, and you knew it was bullshit. I figured I was going to get into the guys that didn't see where they had done anything wrong. Guys that had killed guys, and in their eyes, it was justified. Man, I shouldn't be in here. Man, dude had that coming. Man, it was just a misunderstanding. We had way too much to drink. I've heard everything I just said. All that's been said to me before. So today we're going to get into not understanding why you're locked up, in denial about your charges. I did it, but I ain't do it. Crazy, crazy things. You hear a lot of crazy things. You see a lot of crazy things, and you meet some crazy people. Y'all know it is Friday. It is payday. So we'll get this video done so I can go and get this money. Gotta get the guys paid. Yeah, that's what we on now. Anyways, y'all know I done seen it. You know I done lived it. So let's relive it. So real quick, I wanted to touch on a couple things to hopefully help somebody out there. The street I'm currently on, the house we're finishing up right now, we've got another house we've started, but this house in particular sits in the projects. And when I say the projects, like during the daytime, you look around, everybody's hustling and bustling, trying to do something to make a dollar. People selling this, people selling that. Females selling this, females selling that. Guys walking around with stolen stuff trying to sell it to you. You name it, they out here trying to sell it. Yesterday morning, I pulled up. My guys pulled up. Told everybody what I needed done. They got, started working. And this guy comes walking towards me in the truck and says, "Hey, what's up, man? Can I holler at you for a minute?" And I look at him. I know the dude. White dude. I know him from prison. I said, "Man, what's up?" He don't look the same. We were in prison. He was a big dude. Big dude. Now he's still about 6 foot, 6'1". But the difference in the last time I seen him and this time is, last time I seen him he was 6'1", 210, 220, all muscle. This go round he's 6'1", 165 pounds. Last time I seen him, which was 8-9 years ago, he had a mouthful of teeth. This time, when he walks up to me, he's got one tooth in the front. As soon as he realizes who I am, you can see that he's a little embarrassed. "Oh, man, what's up, Jay, man? How you been, man?" "I'm all right, what's up with you?" "I'm not even going to lie to you, man. I'm sick." If y'all don't know what it means when somebody walks up to you and says, "I'm sick," it means they're going through withdrawals. It means they are messing with that dope, that heroin, and that they haven't had their fix for the day and they're going through it. Jay, I'm not gonna lie, man, I'm sick, man. If you could help me out with a couple dollars, man, anything will help, man. Now, I'm not an enabler. I'm not the type of dude that's gonna, you know, want to see somebody go out and get high, do nothing like that. But at the same time, I felt bad for the man. I might have to move. I got a school bus behind me. So I gave him $40 and told him, man, tighten up, man. You got to do better than this. And he rolled out. When I initially saw him, he was shaking, sweating, he was pale, could barely talk. I gave him a little bit of money, told him, go on, man, do what you got to do. You know. He returned about 30 minutes later, said thank you, had his hair combed back, his sunglasses on, his shoes laced up. He was like a whole new man. It's sad. It's exactly what it is. It's sad. The crazy thing is he didn't take that money to go get high. His days of getting high, they were short-lived. He took that money and went and got well. He spent that money just to be normal. He wanted to just feel like we feel every morning for the most part when we wake up. And in order to do that, he had to go get high. Otherwise, for him, waking up is like waking up with pneumonia. It's like waking up with the flu. Now, I'm sure a lot of people that just heard about what I was talking about and about the guy I was talking about can relate or have been down that road in the past. Some of you may still be dealing with that. And in talking to dude, I told him, I said, you better than this, man. You got to tighten up, man. It's easier said than done. I said, yeah, well, it doesn't get done. It doesn't happen until you start trying, man. So for anybody dealing with addiction, dealing with any type of struggles, I challenge you to wake up tomorrow and try something different. Wake up tomorrow or today and let this be the day that you say, I'm not doing this no more. I'm going to go through whatever I got to go through to get to where I want to be. If it means you got to be sick, be sick. If it means you got to ache, curl up in a ball, deal with whatever you got to deal with it. You'll never get to where you want to be in life as long as you got an anchor around your ankle. And that's what he has. He was walking around, as I was looking at him yesterday before I gave him that money, he was walking around and it was like he was dragging. He had that anchor on him. As soon as I gave him a little money, he went and got what he needed. Anchor was up off of him. Temporary. For a couple hours. Until that wore off and he needed some more. We can do better. You can do better. Reach out to somebody. I know it's crazy because most rehabs and places like that, you must have insurance. There's nothing that anybody else can do for you that you can't do for yourself. It all starts with you, and it all starts in here. Like I said, if you want more, go get more. But you're not going to do it as long as you got an anchor tied to you. Let's get into today's video. Today, I'm going to introduce y'all to a guy named Body Bag. I'll tell y'all Body Bag's story. And though I laugh, ain't nothing funny about it. Now, to tell you Body Bag's story, I got to tell you about the cellie I had at the time first. I got this cellmate, big-ass black dude with a bald head. Cool dude, man. The way he talked, and from the stories he told me about the streets initially, and like I told you, ain't no paperwork being shown over here in VA. It ain't no paperwork like that being shown on the East Coast. You might run across somebody's paperwork and find out why they're locked up. But other than that, if you don't find out from somebody that's seen them on TV, somebody that knows about their case, or, you know, one way or another, then you really don't know. Well, the way my cellie had talked, And the things he used to say, the stories he used to tell from the streets, I always just assumed the dude had a body. I said, man, this man's got a body. This man's like, he's gonna kill somebody. We get to chopping it up in the cell one night. We're on lockdown. He's on his bunk. I'm on mine. We're watching TV. I'm watching mine. He's watching his. And he's working on his paperwork. This dude was a guy that was constantly pushing motions, filing motions, trying to get back in court because he had been wrongfully convicted. He gets into talking about his case, and I come to find out he's got 10 years. When he says that, he's like, man, I ain't no way I'm going to do these 10 years. Man, I shouldn't be doing no 10 years. Man, I shouldn't be doing a day. So now, I know he doesn't have a body. He hasn't killed nobody. 10 years for killing somebody, and I have met guys that have done less for killing somebody. That's very, very uncommon. He gets into his story, man. And you may or may not believe this story I'm about to tell you, but I know it to be facts. I read the paperwork. I read all the discrepancies, all the things that didn't make sense, all the lies. Any judge that cared and actually cared about law would have took one look at the case and thrown it out and possibly pulled up charges on the person that pressed the charges. He lived in this apartment complex, he ran into this girl out there one day, got her number, and they've been texting back and forth. She tells him one night, come through. He knows she has a boyfriend. He's seen her boyfriend. The boyfriend don't stay there, but he's seen the boyfriend pull up several times and out there in the apartments. Said he asked her, your boyfriend ain't gonna be there? She's like, I'm not worried about him. Come through. Nah, he's not gonna be here. If he was, I wasn't gonna tell you to come through. He goes over there, drinks with the girl. One thing leads to another, ends up sleeping with her. He smashes. He goes to leave later that night, said it was about 11 o'clock, and I've read all this paperwork. Paperwork was pretty consistent around the time. He said he left around 11, and as he was going down the staircase, the boyfriend was coming up the staircase. Oh. This ain't good. He's leaving out of his girl's apartment, late night. You a man, she's a woman. You shouldn't be there. Said he gets to the bottom of the staircase, is walking across the parking lot back towards the buildings where he lives at, and he hears footsteps. And he turns around, and dude is running at him full speed. Dude tells him, nah, come here. He said he stops and turns around. It's like, what's up? He thought dude was going to confront him. Why you at my girl's house? Dude punches him. They go to fighting. He said, I'm bigger than dude. Dude had some balls for running up on me like that. But I was bigger than dude. He said, so it didn't take much for me to overpower him and kick his ass. He said, so I did. I figured, man, thanks, okay, he caught his girl cheating on him with me, so he's mad at me. So we're going to fight about it, and that's what it is. Said after him and dude finished fighting, dude gets up, and he said, man, he told dude, you tripping, bro. You must be crazy. And said he walked off. Said he goes to his apartment. His homeboys and them are there. Goes up beside, drinks with them for a little bit. And later that night, about 12:30, he decides, hey, we're out of beer, but one of my other homeboys got some liquor and beer at his house. Let's walk over there. It's still the same apartment complex. Said he comes out his door, walks down his staircase, is walking down the sidewalk, one of his homeboys, and he sees the cops out there, which is not uncommon. They rush him. Get on the ground. Everybody's got their guns pulled out. He's like, man, I know this dude didn't press charges for the fight. The guy didn't press charges on me for assault. He was arrested for rape. The girl, rather than tell her boyfriend what she had done, and I met a couple different dudes with charges in situations very similar to this. Instead of her just admitting to what she had done and saying, yes, I cheated on you, she made up this big lie about how he knocked on the door, he was intoxicated, he forced himself on her, and that her boyfriend just so happened to come there as the guy was leaving. All the different statements she gave contradicted themselves. The text messages they pulled from her phone and his phone where they had been messaging back and forth contradicted all that. Her saying she had never spoke to him. She'd only seen him in the apartment complex. He had never been invited to her house. Was all a lie, because text messages showed that she had been talking, sexually to him through the messages. She invited him over. They had already pre-planned what was going to happen. But because she said something took place, that's what they went with. They went with the woman's statement, even though her own statement, her own text messages proved she was lying. They ended up convicting him and sending him off to prison. You would have read the paperwork just like I read the paperwork, because once he told me that, I was like, man, I need to read this, because me and this dude can't be in a cell together. After reading the paperwork and all the motions that were filed, it became obvious to anybody with a brain real quick. All right, he's not lying. Like, she lied. He would ultimately do his 10 years, and all I've heard about him since he got out is that he is still fighting this case after doing the 10 years because he didn't do anything wrong. With him fighting his case, he was good at what he did. A lot of dudes came to him. A lot of guys would ask him for help. Help me with my case, man. Yeah, I mean, I need help, man. You good at this? Maybe you can help me get my case fixed. Man, the man couldn't even get his own case overturned. Did them 10 years, like I said. That's when we meet Body Bag. Initially, Body Bag was just a dude that I didn't work out with, but he would be out there lifting weights when I would be lifting weights. He got into the gang life, fell up into the gangs, became, a gang member, had a bunch of homeboys. Kind of loud, obnoxious dude, always trying to sell something. When drugs hit the compound, he would make sure he got his hands on them. He was a hustler. Now, with a name like Body Bag, what you think he did to get in there? What's a body bag? It's a bag where you put a dead body, right? So if you got a name like Body Bag, that means you put somebody in a body bag. Don't take a lot. It don't take a lot to figure out, man. If your name is Bong Hits, you probably smoke, a bunch of tree. He comes to my cellmate one day and was like, look, man, I want you to look over my case with me. Help me, get back in court. I shouldn't be doing this time. My cellie agrees. They sit down at the table in the pod, overlook everything that's going on. My cellie comes in the cell that night and tells me, Body Bag got a crazy case. I said, yeah, I mean, okay. I said, well, he killed somebody, right? Yeah, but no. How can you say yeah, but no? Yeah, but no. Like, you maybe did not kill somebody? That don't even make sense, man. Yeah, but no? Those two things don't go together. Yes and no. He did kill people, but he didn't kill people. I'm not understanding, man. He said, I'm going to look over his case a little bit more, man. So he kind of left it alone. He was still reading. I said, all right. It's kind of puzzled me. He said, you don't want to say too much so I know all the details. Now, he just sat out there with this man for a little bit, talking about it. The next day, Body Bag comes over to our cell and is standing there talking to my cellmate. I didn't know how much time the man had. I figured he had maybe 15, 20 years, right? Typical for a murder out here. Body Bag says, so what do you think, man? Can you help me get back in court? Because 64 years is way too much. Yeah, he definitely killed somebody. 64 years? Like a 6 and a 4? My cellmate says, I'm going to see what I can do, man, but it's kind of, it's all in the evidence of your case is what's going to determine, the outcome. And I'm not promising anything, but I'll push the paperwork, push the appeals and the different things. You got different grounds for appeals here. So my cellie goes ahead and tells me, he says that Body Bag was a dope dealer out where I'm from Richmond. So Body Bag had been selling this heroin and that a lot of different people have been buying it, and they've been finding people behind the store. What's up? Somebody trying to cop dope, huh? What up? I'm straight. Nah, go ahead. I'm good. Somebody trying to cop. So let me get back to where I was at before I got distracted. So, Body Bag hustles at the store, sells his dope at the store. Kind of like what the woman just pulled up and asked me for. And they're finding bodies all around this store. Finding people behind the store OD'd and dead, in the alleyways surrounding the store. They're finding people, all over the small area that are dying from this dope that's being sold. They can't figure out who's got dope, because everybody they're catching with the dope is dead. The body count went well over 20 in a little bit over a month. And when he was initially arrested, it was for over 20, I believe they were involuntary manslaughter charges is what he was charged with, for the dope he had sold that had taken the people's lives. He was ultimately convicted on 16 counts and sentenced to 64 years. His argument was that he didn't force anybody to do it, and that he didn't intentionally kill anybody, which that's why he got the involuntary manslaughter charge and not a murder charge or anything like that. It was involuntary. You involuntarily did something that led to the death of somebody. Paperwork also said that the police came across somebody out there one night they arrested, and the stuff he was selling was bagged up a particular way. It was in a certain package that was just like the packages they had found on the dead people out there. Asked the guy, kind of like training day, you want to go to jail or you want to go home? This dude said, I want to go home. Where'd you get this at? A dude over there by the payphone in front of the store called CJ's. Dude that stands by the payphone at CJ's. There all day and all night, man. Got a couple other little dudes with him, but he's the only one that's selling this. You know what I mean? They just kind of look out. They run up on him, and at the time you had the payphones out there, and you got the payphone coin slot where the coins fall into. They initially search the area, and they don't find anything. Other cops are out there searching. Then one of them checks the change slot inside the payphone, finds the bags of dope. He's charged. He's standing there, his soda's on top of the payphone. He tried to argue in court that could have been anybody's, which is true. He tried to argue that somebody else could have left that earlier, which is true. But they got this person that says that's the guy that sells the stuff. The stuff is packaged. It's got a certain emblem on it. That's him right there. They go over search the area where he's at. Sure enough, they find packaged material. When I last heard of him, he had pretty much exhausted all of his appeals. He had pushed it to the limit when it came to the courts, Supreme Courts, all these different courts on trying to get out. And they weren't feeling no pity for him. He did not understand why he was in prison, why he was doing that much time if he did not intentionally take anybody's life, right? That's one of those things where it's a two-sided coin. For the person getting high, they know the risk they take when they go out there and get it. And the crazy thing is, just like he said when the first person OD'd and died, as soon as everybody found out where he got it from, they flocked. He said, like, he went from nobody really knowing he was out there, somebody fell out, and then all of a sudden he couldn't package it fast enough to get rid of it because so many people showed up. It's true, indeed, that if somebody falls out and dies from it, everybody else is like, where'd he get that at? Where'd he get that? Oh my God, I need that. I need that. He said, man, people started flocking to him. This dude was young. Young dude. Early 20s. 64 years sentence. Puts him in his late 80s when he's finally released. He will do the entire 64 years. Even though 64 years sounds like a very long time. And no, he did not force nobody to do the drugs. He did not force anybody to come by them. He knew he was selling death. He knew that people were dying so that he could have a financial gain. He knew that the stuff he was selling was killing people. And continued to sell it. And the more people that died no deed from it, the richer he got. 64 years may sound like a lot of time. Like I told you, there was over 20 confirmed deaths from this stuff he was selling. But is 64 years really a long time when you look at the fact that what he sold contributed in 16 deaths? That's what he was convicted of. What he was out there doing contributed into the graves of 16 different people. Some people would say it doesn't fall on him, it falls on the people to get high. Some people would say he was selling that stuff knowing it was killing people, he got what he deserved. I say, to avoid all that, don't do that. Don't do that as far as getting high and taking a risk of ending up in a box. Don't sell that and take the chance of getting caught and going to prison. Somebody taking something you gave them and dying and you getting charged with that. Don't end up in a body bag, or don't end up like body bag. Let's get into the next story. I'm going to clip it short for the day. I keep biting my damn cheek. I bit my tongue about 20 times. And I got a lot to do. But what y'all seen a couple minutes ago, it's very common in places like this, man. People out here, they get it how they live, man. People out here are dealing with things. Real things. Woman that pulled up to my window thinking I was a dope boy trying to cop. I'm sure she went somewhere and got what she was looking for. Somebody's gonna serve her. When she pulled up, I said, I'm straight. I'm straight can mean several different things. I'm straight can be, nah, go ahead somewhere. Like somebody, you wanna go to the store with me? Nah, I'm straight. Or I'm straight can mean, yeah, I got what you need. I told her I'm straight and she was like, what's up then? I said, nah, go on. So she peeled out. That's the reality of the world we live in. The reality that a lot of you guys have never seen and never will see. Being out places like this don't make me uneasy. Because there was a time when being out places like this was just everyday life. It was what I woke up to. Wasn't nothing to go out front. Drink a beer, sit on the stoop, smoke a blunt, and sell narcotics all day. Walk up and down the sidewalks, looking for any car coming down the block or anybody on foot. These days, I look back on that. I'm glad I made it out of that. I'm back out here now, making these neighborhoods better. Turning these dilapidated, rundown homes. A lot of them used to be traps. Most of them were traps, just houses that drugs were sold out of. We take them, make them beautiful again, and then they move new people in. A lot of times it's older people They move in because they're trying to turn the neighborhoods over, which be a very long time before that happens. But this is the reality for a lot of people, man. I hope that body bag story touched somebody and you understand that there's no pride in being a drug dealer. There's nothing cool about being a drug dealer. There's nothing cool about selling something to somebody that is completely destroying, killing, and ruining their life. For all those people that body bag contributed to, that ultimately led to their demise, they had families. These people had children, mothers, fathers. So it was much bigger than the people that actually died. At the end of the day, you had all those families that were left putting together the pieces. To this day, to this very day, I'm still finding out about friends of mine that are dead, that have passed away. I asked somebody the other day about somebody. Like, she's dead. She's been dead. Like 10 years. I'm like, what? Yeah, she OD'd. I'm like, we talking about the same person? She ain't mess with. Yeah, she did mess with that. She died. It's the life that a lot of people didn't initially set out to live. Nobody picks up a drug for the first time and says, I want to be a drug addict. I'm going to be a junkie. Most people try something, and before they know it, it's too late. Remember, we was in school and they said, hey, what you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a fireman. I'm going to be a construction worker. I'm going to be a doctor. Never once has anybody raised their hand and said, I'm going to be a junkie. But there are kindergarten and first grade classes right now with little kids raising their hands, saying what they want to be, not knowing what they're going to be. I'm saying kids that raised their hands back when I was in school with dreams, aspirations of being somebody. A lot of them are not here no more. Most of them didn't go on to be doctors, lawyers, firemen, police officers, whatever they chose they wanted to be in life. A lot of y'all still have a chance to be what you want to be in life. And if you can't be what you want to be in life, be the best you can be. Be the best you life will allow you to be. You're a convicted felon, okay. You're not going to be on Congress. You're not going to be no doctor, nothing like that. But it don't mean you can't get out here and work. Don't mean you can't get out here and start a business. Don't mean you can't be more than a convicted felon. Those are my final thoughts. I'm going to leave y'all with that. Once again, it is Friday. Payday. Got to get these men paid. Got to get this money. I love all y'all. I thank y'all for watching, tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out. Stay safe, man. Stay free. Stay blessed. Enjoy y'all's weekend. Think about the things I say. This is a beautiful life. You only get one. This ain't Contra. Ain't no do-overs. Ain't no redos. Ain't no extra lives laying around. This ain't no video game. This is reality. This, where I'm sitting, everything that's surrounding me right now, it's reality. But it doesn't have to be yours. Anyway, these jails, institutions, detention centers, these prisons, they're all just crazier worlds inside of this already crazy world we live in. And as always, y'all know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to keep y'all entertained. Are you not entertained? And like always, this is Jay Williams. Let's live life. And to all my real ones, there are some real ones watching, because y'all still watching me. And y'all know how we do. Salute.